put in this. Hey, Dragger here. Good to see you. First on.
Hello. It's awesome.
Back in 2001, when we first began working with Gary Gygax,
We'll go with Steven
he pitched
tonight.
this
Why
wonderful
not?
series of books to us.
So
Yeah, he called them the Gygaxian Fantasy Worlds, and what he envisioned was this encyclopedic set of books for role players, writers, game designers,
Did you catch any Monday night?
That we could use in making
No,
our
I
games,
was out
creating our
all
adventures,
Monday.
writing stuff for
Wow,
publishing,
we had a fun time.
whatever.
I
it
can
may be.
imagine.
And there
Yeah.
was really no end to what he envisioned.
I
this
need to
series
catch
be.
up on it.
We
So yeah,
eventually
I had
published
so
The
many
Canting Crew, The
podcasts,
World Builder, Living
Twitch,
Fantasy,
whatnot to
7
YouTube
volumes
to
in
catch
total.
up on.
We had another 3 that were ready to go to print, another 3 or 4 after that we were working on. So the series was really open-ended. We are bringing these back. That's what this Kickstarter is. We've got 7 books online ready to be printed. We've got another 3 right after that we want to get it minimally out as we were working on them at the time. Those will be out definitely in PDF, depending on how well the Kickstarter does, and maybe even more than that. Once we kind of push beyond the necessary stretch goals and all that mess.
It's weird how sometimes
welcome to the what we're calling
sometimes
the Gary
things
Gygax World Building Archive.
the stream
And
doesn't
please
auto
give us,
start
give
on
us
my
your support.
browser.
Share it around if
It's
you
weird.
can. Pledge if you can.
Okay.
Whatever you need to do, whatever you can do for us and the memory of Gary Gygax, we very much appreciate it.
Trollord Games. Join the fray.
All right, let's see. I'm guessing. Which one I want to go with? This one. Nope, that was the wrong one. Let's see. Oh, we can go Gamescape's one here. We'll go with this instead.
Hi, welcome to Gamescape 3D. Today we're going to be going over our release.
Hey, Chris. Chris, your giveaway just went out. Sorry, it's a little late. Just so much going on. But I got all the stuff out today.
Jump in and see how this
So
is
it's out.
standing
Your
up.
2
Let's look at
books.
some of our
I think that was from
smaller
Saturday.
features.
Look at that watch streak.
See
Nice.
these figures out
I
of
can't
the
believe
way.
it was a Keith Rogier had
Right.
75. I was like,
You're
oh my
gonna
gosh,
have
that's insane.
A folder in there called Magnet Face Cliffs. Those refer to a few specialty items that we have here. You can see this tree right here. It actually just pops right off. And after you pop it off, you can go ahead. I have a
All good.
door piece you can swap
Chuck.
in there. I also just have a plain cliff face. You can
Chuck, were you
swap
not
that.
live
You can-
yesterday?
Whoops.
I look for your.
You can
I'm all
pop in
confused,
there.
but I couldn't find your stream.
Okay. So let's say you're
Hey, thanks,
on
Dale.
an
I'm
adventure
doing good, man.
and, you know,
Lots
someone
going
says a
on.
magic word, maybe that makes a door
I've actually been
appear
buried in real life work
on the
for a
side of the
while.
cliff for you
Combine
to
that with
enter inside or
hosting
whatever.
Robert Hartley and
this
AJ
one
on
right
Monday
next to it is another swappable one. We have a cave entrance.
and Tuesday morning,
These
getting
things
them on their
blend in
way
real
to their
well.
next their stop to on the way to the
tabletop,
bus
as you
stop
can
in
see.
Philly to DC. Yeah,
So there we go.
it was fun.
No cave,
I got. It was a great time.
cave. Just that simple. Okay. And then our last one is down here.
Plus, they had fun. Yeah, man,
Shelves
just
right here.
busy.
This whole thing comes off. Okay, and there's your magnet faces on the back. You're also going to have open locks everywhere you have magnets. Most of the time you're going to want to use magnets. We're using 3 by 8 millimeter magnets on this. I needed something with a little more punch than the 2 by 6s I usually use. So you can see the open locks being useful in some cases. Mostly I think you'll want to use them on side-to-side connections potentially because you will get into situations where the magnet polarity isn't set up correctly for what you want to do. And those open locks
Shout-outs are
will
done. That's good.
override
Lurk.
the magnets pushing away from each
Oh,
other.
that's you had to
In terms of
cancel.
this
Wow,
base
too
here,
much
you can
work.
use any 1/4-inch material.
That sounds
I'm
bad.
using hardboard
Yeah.
here.
Supposed to
Wow.
be vacation times,
You
or
can
are they
use
over?
1/4-inch cardboard.
Summer is
put
over,
Not for
maybe?
Troller
foam
Games. There are no
boards,
vacation
plastic,
times.
That's true. Is
plexiglass,
yeah.
anything you got available.
Very true,
You
Chuck.
can even use 1/8
Can't
inch
have
material
vacation.
and shim it up a little bit, or double it up, whatever. So there's the
God, now I'm getting a
hardboard I'm
phone call.
using. Okay, and these set right on top. I'll go ahead and move these out of the way so you can sort of see the front mechanism. Okay, so we got magnets all along here, and these are just the tops of the cliffs. Your board sets right in here, and you do not need to cut precisely. We got a lot of overlap coverage there. As you can see, in most cases, most spots, you're looking at up to 1 inch of coverage.
Chuck, name the movie.
So, you know, if you're
I'll get all the sleep I
within
need when I'm
half an
dead.
inch, it's gonna
Yeah.
Name who quoted that, Chuck.
take
Come
care
on.
of it.
One of my favorites
And
of
then
all
we have
time.
magnets, and these things just pop right in there and hold things into place.
Anyone in the audience?
These, this one here is an earlier one. You can see I went a little deeper. I decided to change that for the one I'm releasing you, so you don't
Guess we'll
have
hold off. Yes,
so
Chuck
much
Roadhouse.
coverage going back.
Sam
It
Elliott
doesn't
is
really
Wade
interfere
Garrett.
if you're
Good
just doing a
job,
cliff
Chuck.
face, but if you form these things into
The original
an entire
Roadhouse.
butte,
You're the
that
man.
extra rock really ended
Just for
up
that, you'll
taking
get
up lot
a.
of
Now you
surface
won't get any
space.
hero points out of it when next time you play.
Trim that back a little bit. So there you go. That's how
Just kidding.
those top plates hold into place. There are a few features that I'm not showing today that will be available in your kit.
Coffee's
Each one of these
empty.
cliffs will have a half version.
While
so
this
it's
is
gonna
going
come
on, I
out
need
to
to
about
find something on my
135
computer,
millimeters, on
which I
this-
know I'm going to
on
have
this upper print part. So you
trouble
can print these
finding.
tops. I do not have that available for the swappable faces, but everything else does have that available. I also have 2 turnout corners instead of turning in.
Wow, I searched for the
And I
right
also
thing and
have
found
a
it.
3-part
Wow.
switchback trail that I will use as a painting demo
Found
in
it.
the middle of the month. So that's something you got to look forward to.
I didn't see it, man, just because I you know, it's hard to. I'm like
Let's
worried.
flip this thing
I saw
around
that
so we
like
can
parts
get
of the
a
remake
quick
of Point
look at
Break,
the
and I'm like, this is
backside of it.
awful.
Okay, here we
I didn't
are
want
on
to taint
the
myself.
backside of the cliffs.
What am I doing here? I'm talking to myself
The
now.
cliffs themselves provide quite a bit of support. So, you know, if your
Let me bring up
platform's
all
only going to be 7 or 8 inches, you probably don't need any additional support. The cliffs will take care of supporting whatever platform material you set up here. But if you go back like maybe a foot, 14 inches, you might want some extra back supports to keep this thing from tilting over. As previously mentioned, I have designed some simple mechanisms here that you can pop together that'll
Okay.
provide you the support you need on the back end of your platforms. The last feature I want to go over are slotted cliffs.
Isn't it
for
on there?
allowing
In
your
fact, Jeremy,
characters to
while
climb
while
up
this
them.
is on, was
You'll
texting
have
me.
2 of these wider
asking me about
cliffs,
Gary
one
Con,
of the
so-
narrower cliffs, and one of the turns with these slots in there. And what we have here are slots every 25 millimeters. Okay, and then on this side I have slots every 50
There's another
millimeters.
Jeremy. What's up, man?
Maybe for creatures who aren't impeded by vertical climbing. You know, if you want to have a spider drop down and attack your characters while they're climbing
Okay.
or something like that.
What time is it?
That gives them a little
6:55.
spot for that. Now these slots
All right.
are 4.4 mil.
Let's see. Yeah, well, hey, that's cool. Of course it was. What they called it Greyhawk Lord Jeremy, and they said, "Oh, we're in East Bum F, and this isn't Greyhawk, right?" That was it, probably, right? Of course. The blurb had most of it. That's just funny. That's like advertising. What's her name was in the new the Jedi TV show, and she was in for the first 3 minutes before they killed her. The chick from the Matrix.
Well, that's might all you get if you
Yeah.
might even get cut out of a show before it even airs. That's the problem. So it's a tough life to be in Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah, you got adventuring in and around Greyhawk City. You know what? I should bring up your map too. So give me a sec here, because there's some locations outside the city that we'll have to show. So let me bring that
Yep.
up. Oh, da, 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 da. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, well, we're gonna go over some stuff. I mean, I guarantee you, I got some things you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that existed. So, yeah, because it's some hidden diamonds in the rough. Absolutely. I'll be right back. I know what's wrong with me. I forgot my antacids.
And that's cool that Al Qadim was a big impact. That's awesome. I only touched it briefly. I have some of the books and stuff here, but I never really. I kind of read through them once. I think that was about it, which is too bad because now I could ask Wolfgang Bauer. He wrote a lot of them, and some of them at least. He was involved in the Al Qadim project. So yeah. And since might tie into the Baklunish area, so it might be really cool to.
That's a funny story in
dig into.
itself.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm here and all in one piece. Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, so my wife was running late, so I made the chicken tacos in the taco season. She didn't tell me there were two flip sides. One has all the holes in it when you shake it, and the other one, I'm not paying attention. It's just one big hole. I turned it, went all over. I was like, oh. So it's burning inside. I was like, oh my gosh. And plus, I forgot my antacid. So yeah, fun stuff.
You need lots of them. You
Yeah,
need a whole jar. Yeah.
Almost. So good evening, everyone. We have one special guest supposed to come on, but they cannot now. So it's Aaron and me only, but we got this covered because Mike still has his game on. Yes, fire in the hole. Yeah, absolutely, dude. It's good to see you too, man. It's good to see you on. This is not our Mike topic. Mike always gives us a list of stuff like every now and then. Oh, look, I got to fix the Zoom. I was like, oh, this one's easy to do. And then, and I have some stuff from years of searching that I've used. I've used in adventuring. In fact, one of these is so good. I actually tied it into Expeditions to the Ruins of Greyhawk, and I'll explain that. So, Ran was Arabian by accident. Yeah, I never really did any Al-Qadims except for messing around with Tomb, the Cup of Talisman, Alec Bar a little bit, but I never got into it. But that's okay. So, yeah, it's good. That's good to hear. So it's Anna and me tonight, and Anna. So, Greyhawk City itself, the mecca of the game. A lot of publications,
Yeah.
and more than you think in actual published stuff.
Oh yes, it's in everywhere in some ways. Yeah.
Yeah, with some good good adventures. So this is how this came about. Oh, first things first. How could I forget? If you were lucky enough to figure out, hey, Meldon, what's up, Dennis? Dennis, you're welcome to hop on. Les can't make it tonight, and if you wanna, even if it's only for a little bit of time,
that will be
you're
so
welcome
awesome.
to hop on.
Yes, please do.
So if you were lucky enough to see AJ and Robert Hartley come to my house in person as they traveled the United States, it was a fun time. So I took them. First thing I did was I took them out to dinner nearby my house. My wife was late because she was working, but she got there. But we took these pictures beforehand. So as we were out eating and drinking, yes, and those are that I had one of those too. That was a Robert's not alcoholic, but that was a oh my gosh, what orange spiced orange orange margaritas, right? So yep.
Yeah.
You're stuck in the ad break, yeah. So Malvin, I'm sorry, man. We gotta get you.
Yeah. I'm just going to say I have a raspberry. This is also non-alcoholic for everybody because I don't drink alcohol normally or very rarely. Yeah. So I have a spotted cow every time I go to for GaryCon. That's it. The last few years.
Okay. One. Yeah. I have I don't drink
I had
a lot
two
of beer,
because it was technically 2 conventions this year. So that's why I had 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Awesome.
You can fix it as easy. Yeah, you can fix it by, it's a sub thing to get off ads, or you might have Twitch Turbo. Those are the two things. So, yep. And that's in the room. That's afterwards. So that was a long night of gaming. It went a little long, but it was fun. And Bill Master Crafter there, and I had Darling and Coco and Korg play as well. So it was a blast. Had a real good time. And so it was nice. It was good to have them there in the room. But what's most important is the Knight Riders and the Hawk the Slayer and the Excalibur and the 13th Warrior posters in the background there. So out of the gaming room. Yep. Sorry, Malden, you're gonna get them, and that's the thing that stinks. You're gonna get them not being subscribed. Yep. So there. Woohoo! We'll take the 1 month streak, dude, and that'll work it. That works it. So Dennis, feel free to come on, man. If you want to, even for a short amount of time, it's the same login as normal. Even if you just want to come on for a little bit. So Greyhawk has. I know I'm going to miss stuff, but Mike said, "Let's do these. Let's talk about these." And I'm like, well, I don't know if we're going to talk about all of them, but
whoop. I have my box set here too, so I'll see if I can grab all the. All the cards.
All your adventure cards from the Free City Graph box set. There you go. Oh, thanks, Patrick. There you go, Dennis. You're not gonna have an issue anymore. And I don't know how many there are in here, but they actually even have a monster statistics synopsis page.
They are numbered 1 to 12, I think. No, 16. 15, 16.
They go up to page 24. 24, I think. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't have them numbered. So
19 at least. That's the highest.
No,
20.
It's not. It's not a 2E product.
That.
It's between 1E and 2E. They may say it's 2E, but it's between 1E and 2E. Maybe right at the beginning of 2E era, but it's really.
Yeah, it's 24. Yeah.
I don't know if there's any diviners or anything crazy like that in there. And then from the ashes, I think you have 6. There's a lot less, but there's 6 more
Yeah, there
from
was
the
something
ashes.
they did for a while. They had this
Yeah.
idea of having these little
But
cards
no,
in there.
card
Yep.
stock. It's on
Mhm.
card stock, which is awesome. So they don't, they're not going to go anywhere for a while. So yeah, it's great to have them. They're nice, but we're going to talk about some of them. And then there's publications. There's other publications we're going to talk about, and then there's some third party stuff. And thanks for the hype train. Yeah. So yeah, I've run some of these cards multiple times. Just changed them around and named them.
Hmm.
In fact, as far as I'm aware, one of them has two. Well, at least two of them have the first sightings. That's wrong. Three. Maybe it's more than that. Yeah, man. Pop on, Dennis. Please do. Has multiple ones on.
Yes.
Multiple monsters you never saw before. And there's one in particular that is like the cream of the crop. So, yeah, and it's yeah. So we can go over all that. Yeah, isn't that nice to get that subscription back? And then you get 2 tickets now for the giveaway as well. Even though I'm not supposed to say that, but here. So Classic D&D reprint tonight. There you go. And if you're overseas, I'll get you a Triller Game GC. So wasn't the Greyhawk book a bridge between 1E and 2E?
It was the last first
Yeah.
edition. The Greyhawk
Yeah.
Adventures was the last first edition book published. So that's why there's so little
Maybe it says
mechanics
2E
in
on
it.
these. I don't know.
There was so little mechanics in it because they knew that the 2E was coming. So there's like whatever is in there is kind of ambiguous at best.
Let me just
And
say,
I think it even says on the little yellow sticker on it, so to speak, that says that it's compatible with
both.
first
Yeah,
and
it
second.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Free City Greyhawk box set does say 2E on them. I don't even on the books. I don't even see it. I don't even look at it as a
this one,
2E
yeah.
product. I really don't.
But
I mean,
it is a 2E product. It was a
Yeah.
2E era. Yeah.
But
1E, 2E, in my opinion, I never realized there was a huge difference.
yes.
We just continue
so-
house ruling and just played. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't even like. As far as the only thing I know for a fact is they changed the assassins and the guilds to other classes.
Yeah, and they took away the demons and stuff like that, and called them Batesu and
I
Tanari
don't.
and
I
stuff.
mean, in these books, no.
No, not this. What they did in
Yeah.
2E era. They
Later
changed
on,
stuff like this. Yeah.
but not in these books. I mean, I'm just thinking in these 2 books from the Free City Greyhawk box set, what was changed to 2E, and the only thing I can think of is no assassins, because there's like half orcs, there's all that, So yeah, and thanks for the hype train, everyone. Really appreciate it. I just can't think of what else was a changeover. Yeah, that's okay. It's easy to convert. I mean, there's nothing to convert back to 1E. It's that easy as far as I'm remembering in those early day books. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so and there we go. We made it. They removed the monk and the assassin. Yeah, right, but they came back as kits. That's true, Michael, and good to see you. Good to see you on again. All right, so here's Greyhawk City in the area, and we're going to be talking of areas all over the place here. And further out, and some published source, some
Going to get a couple
homebrew,
other stuff.
some box sets, all over in and around Greyhawk. Yeah. So. Yeah, but I think they're half orcs in those books there, because you got to remember we talked to. Here comes Dennis. We'll get Dennis on, but Rick Rose was on with Dennis. Man, you are such good timing. That is awesome. Such great timing, Dennis.
Awesome.
Sorry, I've been deaf for the last few minutes while I was switching everything.
That's
over.
okay.
Yep. So good to see you again.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Hey, how's it going?
A question came up that these books are true second edition era with the great Free City Greyhawk box set with Rick Rose and Niles and Sargent, but besides the assassins changed out in these books, I can't think of anything else that's really not 1E when they came out, right?
Well, how much difference was 1E from 2E anyways, except for things like that.
Well, no, yeah, the half orc and stuff like that, but they're in here. There's all sorts of stuff like that. That's just, but right.
Yeah. Well, from what I understand, when Rick and Carl were writing all of that stuff, they had with them a printout of the 2E rules, right? But 2E hadn't come out yet, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Right. So they
But I guess
kind
they
of knew.
needed to, yeah, they needed to put the 2E logo on it so it kind of sold
Yeah.
better. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I seem to recall Rick saying something about that they had it all
Yeah.
printed out on the old style computer printout sheets.
Yeah, so they could refer to it. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
So with Dennis on, we're going to really go deep because I know have some deep stuff, and I know he's going to remember some stuff. We're going to talk about adventuring in and around Greyhawk, and it was from all the adventure cards from the Greyhawk box set and from the Ashes. But beside that, there's so many other things, and not only in those box sets are these cards, but there's what I found great about from the Ashes was this in the box set. And this kicked us both off, Dennis, I think. Specialty priest cards, spells. Right?
Jay's obsession.
Yeah, absolutely. There's two I use ones you can't find anywhere else. Right? Screaming Skull and Vampiric Mist on here. Yeah, it was awesome. And so you had some this is the beginning of those spells that were, sought after.
Right.
And there was also all sorts of other supplemental cards in them too.
There's some of the quickie adventures, I think, within the booklets themselves, not just the cards.
True. So why don't we start there? How about that? How about we start with the first adventure I can think of, which is in our wonderful. It's a 0 level adventure, if I recall, or is it a 0 level in Greyhawk, or maybe first, and just start off and it should be at the very end, very very end, right? And it has a nice big picture too in it. Oh, I went too far. See, I went to them. Where is it? Where is it? They're all there. We go. There we go. Tears of the Orphanage, right? Yes. So
I
Tears.
should pull out the books here, actually.
Yeah, Tears of the Orphanage, a first level adventure in the original Free City Grail box set. How many of you have run this? What's up, Dirty? Thank you all for the support. I really appreciate it. So we keep the things rolling here. And by the way, thank you all for your craziness. All of you for your craziness with all the specials and all on Monday night. That really impressed our guests. So, yep. So, wanted trustworthy persons to assist in this collection of items for Paylor's Day celebrations. Only persons of sound morality and ethics need apply. Yep. Apply to Sergeant Arcanus, Guild of Night Watchmen, Guild Station, Blueboard Street, River Quitter. Isn't that great? That is so wonderful there. You know what? I better bring this up too. Give me a sec. I'm going to bring up my adventure log just to see. So, yeah, Dennis, you ever remember running this?
A long time ago. I do remember running it, but how much of it I remember?
Exactly.
It was how many years ago?
40, yeah, 30 something,
40.
right? Yeah. I have the same issue. I have the exact same
Comes
issue.
with a Priest of Incubulus, which is kind of cool.
Absolutely, definitely.
Yeah. So that's an NPC you can reuse in other Greyhawk adventures too. You can level him up now if you play a lot later than this is.
Oh, definitely. Well, and they have multi-phase, characters in the box set too, which made it even better. So,
Yep.
all right, I'm gonna have to just keep this in Word document. So, let me and we just do a simple search on Tears. Let's see if it comes up. Maybe I didn't run it. I spelled it wrong. That's good. That's good, Jay. You're really smart today. Tears from the Orphanage, number 269. There you go. In the campaign listing. Yes. So there we go. I ran it that long ago. Awesome. Yeah, so first level adventure. Nice artwork. Who is that? Is that Verly Valasek? Is that a VV there,
Yep,
Dennis?
that's one of Valerie's.
Okay,
Yep.
that's good. That's a real nice one. Oh, thanks, Longshot. 47 months. So you can look at that one first level, and then it hops down to beyond that. We have a 4th through 6th level one, King of the Rats. Yeah. I don't think I've run this one. I believe this has to do with Ren of the Star, if I recall correctly, and yep, and I think it has to do with were
That's
rats.
the one with the priest of Incabulus, actually.
Oh, that one's the one with the priest of Incabulus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's King of the Rats. Yep, there he is. Keles Arnad, priest of Incabulus. Oh, he's a were rat too. Yep.
Yep.
Were rat.
Yeah,
priest.
yeah, it's form either or. So yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So there, you have that one as well in the box set, and I think there's one more. This one I know I ran.
Yeah, there's a couple of more listed behind there. I'm not sure if they're connected or not, but
No, they're not. They're not connected.
Okay.
All right, so this one has a story behind it. This is Dark Justice, and it's King. Dark Justice. I know I ran this one, number 237. I ran that earlier than Tears from the Orphanage. Yeah, I ran this one really early. Well, yeah. So this one has to do with if I recall, it's a judge who is on the take. Yeah, and Porthos, you find out that he killed someone. The shadow, and this is the first instance of he's actually a shade now. This Arcaline Tostoni, and he comes back seeking revenge. Yeah, and so you gotta protect Judge Porthos. This is one of Walt's favorite ones we did in the city. So yeah, and he had some, and this is before that a shadow mage even existed early on. Yeah. Any memories of that one there, Dennis?
I definitely ran it, and I've got a note in my book here of the PC who went through it.
Oh.
My regular player Rick, his character Harm, ran through it, so I definitely went through it as well.
Nice.
The location for this was put onto my
There's Walt
map as well.
Who'd you have on that one, Walt? Was it Lena? I don't remember who you had on that one, but it was a long time. Yeah. 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 So that's what
trying to remember all of these old.
Yeah. So I remember this guy was pretty formidable with and he's 14th level mage in the shadow mage form. It was pretty nasty trying to you're basically protecting her, the judge.
Right.
That's exactly what it is. And you can screw them over. And then here's the Heart of Al Rakim, and this is for level 6 to 8, and it's Bakloonish adventure. Agents of Sultan of Zeef are here, and I don't know if I ran this one at all, but this is like a series of traps. I think it's a vault setup. Oh yeah, it's the Guildhall of Jewelers.
Yeah, it's the Guildhall of Jewelers and Gem Cutters.
Yes.
Breaking into their vault.
I don't think I ran that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one myself either.
Yeah, sometimes let me just put heart. I bet you heart comes up. No, there's the twofold talisman, the Heart of Light. No. Did not run that one.
I think I decided I didn't want the PCs breaking into the Guildhall of Jewelers and Gem Cutters and set a bad precedence.
Yeah, because where do you go from there? What's up, Naz? Naz, you're at almost 70 months. Wow, man. Yeah, so I think they're the ones. So you got 4 adventures that are actually in the box set itself.
In the books, yeah.
Yeah. How did I don't know how long Doug Niles took, but how did they write that in a weekend?
There might be some long weekends in the British calendar. So yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, apparently Carl was just a demon when it came to producing. Once he got on a roll, he literally just dictated. And well, they took turns dictating to each other, writing it out. So they
Yeah.
basically
And then
verbally.
6 months in editing might help it clean it up too. So yeah.
I can't even imagine how they did it, but yeah, it's really cool. And that those
it's
adventures
amazing.
and the books. So
well, I mean, remember Rick and Carl only wrote FFF, right?
right, and Doug
Yeah.
wrote the other one.
Right.
Mhm.
So it's not as formidable as perhaps as possible, but from what I understand, they were responsible for a lot of the cards as well.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
so this is
Yeah.
the Gem of the Finest is the one where the event those adventures in, and but they wrote a lot of the cards too, which is cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but there are some good ones to start off with. But now we got more. Dennis. So I got ice in my mouth. I'm still
Okay,
burnt.
I have a kitty on my lap.
I'm burning from dinner. What? Pick something. Adventure card, an adventure that's in around Greyhawk, something from Dungeon, whatever you want to talk about. Throw one out there.
Oh, geez, I don't know. Well, what cards do we have up here?
I have in the book I have every single card in here. Every one we can talk about. As we scroll down here, they're all in here.
Some of them are. Now, let's see. My cards are spread out, I think, through a variety of file folders.
All right. Well, here. How about
I don't know. Let's
we
see
do them in order. Number one.
Yeah, if you want.
Bath time for the hopping prophet.
Well, that's Washtree.
I definitely
I love
remember
the title.
doing that one.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
City of Greyhawk, totally party levels 18.
Total.
Average third. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
So and this is in the city. So let me go to that. Sure.
Oh, they use the term terrorist activity. I never heard that in a D&D adventure before. So I guess it wasn't that contentious politically back then. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Terrorist activity attributed to the followers of Vastri, the hopping prophet. Yep.
Yeah, I remember doing that one.
Yeah.
The terrorist, Hieronymus Spoon.
Yep.
So
and
this
they reached epidemic proportions in the city.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was originally native of the vast swamp, but now he's been blessed with distinctly turtle-like features. And so it says in here, has reached epidemic proportions in the foreign quarter. These people are rummaging about, which is really awesome. Mm-hmm. That you actually have Washtree individuals in the foreign quarter of Greyhawk. They're just having at it there. So look, I love this. Hieronymus' terrorist accomplices are a small group of female warrior grung. They're a long way from home, totally out of place in the urban environment, but enjoying every minute of virtually unchecked mayhem they unleash on the foreign quarter. In fact, Hieronymus has problems keeping them under control. I think he has a ring of amphibian control. Yeah. So, yeah. I love Washtree adventures. Horror in the Holes is a Washtree adventure. So, So.
Yeah, so on my new map, I think...
this warehouse is moved?
F23. Well, it's in the same position from the original, but I think the numbers got jumbled around after... Or some of the numbers got jumbled when Roger put out tab, right? The adventure begins. But on my newest version 2, it's F23. I think
I was able to bring this up.
Is the abandoned bathhouse that
here's 22.
Hieronymus takes over.
All right, so here's 22. Where's 23? Here it is. I see it. Right there. Right? Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
There we go. That's where it takes place within the city of Greyhawk. So nice. So you're gonna find places that are noted that Dennis has updated that weren't actually noted on the maps. Maybe Roger did, but then you updated everything. We went over this on the show. I mean, like this whole quarter section here was an entire article, which is really cool. I mean, my gosh, all the stuff that was been added in. But there, so that's the Hopping Profit Warehouse right there, F23. If you want to know where it is on the map. So, and I
Yeah,
recommend.
actually, I don't remember what if it was even in the original map, was it?
It wasn't on the original map. The original Valisec map and the reference to that, no, it wasn't there.
Yeah, okay. So I added, I put it in that spot
absolutely.
then, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's the big, operating bathhouse down in the Thieves' Quarter, right?
Yeah.
But
Real
yeah,
quick.
this is a smaller abandoned bathhouse.
So
Filled with mud, from what I recall.
which is perfect for them.
Yeah.
Pool, pond's good for you, right? Just like in Caddyshack. So I want a little sidebar, but the Seekers headquarters, right? we were talking about this on the Secret Societies one when I had Gary on, and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, thanks, Sam. You're not following? That's weird, man. That's bizarre. I'm glad you are now. So C27 there is the one you added in for the Seekers, if I recall correctly. Right. And like I said, all these buildings back here are all inhabitants of player characters of mine, which is really funny. In fact, C22 was one I had to move him. Yeah, all those there. But yeah, so I've decided to pull the Seekers and Silent Ones into Altamira.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, finally use. Hey, Sam. So that's cool. All right, so bad time for the Hopping Prophet is at see.
It was a fun little one. I had the characters in the evenings set up, lookouts to try to spot any, shady activity during the evening, and so they spent a couple of nights on watch.
Yeah, and if you don't have this and you get the reprint, I mean they're all in there. I mean it's great to have them on these cards, but you're like, oh, it's only 2 pages. There's a ton of information on these 2 pages. Yeah. This is a full night, maybe even 2 sessions of adventuring. These things are gold, absolute gold. So, and the maps are decent. The maps are sufficient enough. And you could actually, if you were using a VTT, you could scan it, blow it up, and you could put it right into your VTT. So most of them have decent maps. So what's up, Sam? So definitely a worthwhile undertaking for that one. Yeah, so that is bath time for the Hopping Prophet, the first one in the list. The Born Again Ogres of the Blinding Light.
I remember using that one as well.
Yeah. Oh, let's check that.
Technically not in the city, right?
Yeah. A lot of these are not anywhere near the city.
Let's
see, bath time. Let me see when I did this one. Bath time for the Hopping Prophet, number 394. All right. So this one's called Born Again, right? Born Again. Ogres of the Blinding Light. I may not have run this one. I may change the name. Ogres of the... Nope, I don't think I ran this one. Yep. Okay. So, the Born Again Ogres of the Blinding Light. They're hired... Yes, Foltis. Hired by Foltis. So, this is actually in my area. Here's Train Lee. This is actually in the Duchy of Ulick.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, this is far away from Greyhawk.
Far away from Greyhawk.
Yeah.
So,
Hang on a second. I need to take a picture of this, and because these places are not on my map.
Really?
Oh, maybe they are. Hang on a second. I need to check that. That was interesting.
I'd be surprised if you didn't have it on there already.
I think I've gone over them, but they don't ring a bell. But it was so long. Lodnen. Yep, they're on there. Yep. So I can rest assured they're on there. Yep.
Yeah. So if I recall,
yeah, Dariax is there too. Yep.
Yeah, these ogres are converted. It's a little weird. This one was a little weird, right? Their leader's a dwarf, if I recall. Who's also the dwarves are here for the ogres. Yeah, yeah. I was like, eh. So when the dwarves are clear, yeah. How about it? I was with you one on this. Some of them are strange. This one's a strange one, but hey. Yeah, the piece of decision thing to do about the nature of good and evil is they accompany the deeply saddened priest of the temple and drink at the end there. I've used this one multiple times. Used this one multiple times. And just reskinned it. So I believe this is Dark Elf Adventure.
Okay.
Yep, it's Drow. And this is Karen Hill. So this is right outside the city. It doesn't say specifically where, if I recall. Right? So it's somewhere in the Karen Hills, but not specifically located. So we don't know where. Deep Delve. This may come up multiple times. Well, I change the name sometimes to protect the innocent. 194. That's the earliest one we see. Oh, Verbig's and Gnarly Forest is right before that. So that's another one. 194. Really early. Yep. So, okay. I got so many. I got so many windows open. If I don't crash, do I use in a drama campaign? Queen of Spiders. I love the drow, but Dragger here. I use the drow fighting themselves between the elemental god drow and the loft drow. So it's in the Cairn Hills. Though it could easily just be clearing a major city. Miners started excavating a new level, and their excavations broke into some natural caverns, and they're drow they come across. Who hasn't done one of these type of ventures, right? So the PC's first encountered the drow in the tunnels of the lower level, and there's not many drow in here. It's just basic drow cleric, drow guards. That's it, right? And one of them has an earth elemental, or there's an earth elemental there as well. It's a really it's like one encounter with drow. That's it. Look, and this one here says to the Underdark. It doesn't say where. Escape tunnel to the Underdark. So there's two tunnels that go to the Underdark, wherever that is. There. So we don't know much about those drow. I don't remember if they had any brooches or anything that noted what houses. I think when I ran it, I made them a specific house. I think I made them house Go Deep. I always use Go Deep. Dennis, did you have a go-to evil, drow house, one of the 8 you went to all the time?
Don't know if I had a go-to.
Il Sears was the Calavras. Kilsick was the one mostly against them. Yeah, I remember the name. So, yeah, it's all good. Yep, but it's a really short one. You can always add more to it and elaborate on it a bit. And that's the thing. Take the card and add stuff to it. Not a big deal. All right, away from the cards for a second to change things up. So I know someone's going to ask about this. Let's get this out of the way.
Okay.
If I can find it. Maybe I didn't bring it up. I probably didn't bring it up on all my things double click on it. It's going to crash everything.
Even more windows.
Yes.
Oh, Castle Greyhawk. Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of have to mention it, I guess. Yeah.
What's up there, Dale? Yeah, exactly.
I actually used quite a few parts of Castle
Okay.
Greyhawk in my
please.
legit campaign. Let me have. I think I used Temple of Really Bad Things. Fluffy goes down the drain.
Yeah.
Vices and Virtues. What I did with some of those levels is that under going through the sewers underneath the Citadel on my map, for example,
Right.
there's I put in one of the cards, the staff of Fraser or
Frasler Blue.
And so
Yep.
the little maplet from that card is in the Underdark, or sorry, in the what did I call them? The sewers level map of the city. Let me see. I have to start opening one more windows now.
Isn't it fun opening multiple windows all over the place?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, I suck on ice. Sorry, I'm on my throat's on fire. If you heard, I'm not sick. It's due to me over putting in too many seasons into the chicken tacos for dinner tonight, which was dumb, but I did it.
It was probably yummy.
It was good, but it was too hot.
So yeah, with the Undercity map, trying to spot where there's some tunnels that connect that I had connected to the sewers that then run basically between the sewers of the city and Castle Greyhawk, like
Right.
the
Okay.
real the real castle,
Right.
Greyhawk ruins, right? And so it made sense to me that with Zagig's personality, that he would create levels that were insane. So several of the levels from Castle Greyhawk, I just
Put in.
insert them in as Zagig created levels, right? And went that way. So, for example, there's the one with all of the dough golem and
Yeah.
the gummy werebears and that like that
Oh
one
my god.
is one of the levels, one of the Zagig levels that I put in there, and my characters went through that. There's the one with that has a whole lot of lore actually about the the oh, what the heck is it called now? I'm mind blanking on
It's
here.
okay.
But there's the trapped shadow lord with and basically information about how the um, hordes of well, the hordlings were called in to form the twin
Oh.
cataclysms, right? There's a lot of lore from that I've used. So I had to include the level as a real level, and so that's a level as well. It's basically connected to the underneath of
I,
Castle
I
Greyhawk.
mean, you have like great authors and people here. Janelle, Jack
Oh yeah.
Scott Benny's got a level. Ray Winninger.
I wonder what the marching orders for this was to make it as silly as possible. Was that part of
We
the?
don't know. That's a good
Yeah.
question. We just
Yeah,
don't
I'm kind
know.
of curious because it came out almost like an anti, just like as a joke. Yeah, it really. Yeah, so it's and I wonder if that was the intention from the get go. Like now you write silly shit, so to speak, to be frank.
Yeah, I think they were looking for a comedy adventure, just
Okay.
for something
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
That's my impression. I know people have said rumor like that it was created just to get at Gary. I don't think that's a good business decision.
Exactly. That yeah.
Right. I don't
And
think that's what they were thinking when they did it.
yeah.
I think they just wanted
Yeah.
some kind of
Maybe it was
fun out
yeah.
there
And also
thing.
they were probably but in a way they didn't want to step on it in serious ways, so they did an
Yeah.
homage, but a humorous homage instead of and
It's
then
yeah.
everybody misinterpreted as poking fun at it, so to speak, or maybe yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
So if Dennis can utilize some of this, maybe you can. And I've never touched any of it.
I think I should read it through and see. Maybe there is some homage to be made, or you can use some of it. Yeah,
Trying
or
to see
something. Yeah,
which
there might be
level
some
was
names or something you can use. You never know. Yeah.
the too many cooks is the joke is the cooking level with Pop and Farsh, the dough golem. eh,
Oh my
and
gosh, really?
yeah, he's kind of the good guy in the level, if I recall. He's
What year did
But
this come out?
production-wise, it was a good adventure. Meaning the
Well, this
art
came
in the
out.
front was good.
This came out a
Yeah.
few years after Ghostbusters,
there
Okay.
you go.
Ah, that might
right?
be.
So you
Yeah.
have the whatever puff, Stay Puff,
I
Marshmallow
can
Man.
yeah, I can see also that a lot of the art inside is reused from other modules.
Well, they did a lot of that in
little,
second
yeah,
edition.
but they didn't have the money. I guess they were starting to run low on money, so they.
It was one of those that I was really disappointed in when I got it. And I'm like, this isn't the real. Oh my god, it finally came out, and I gotta go. This is a
Yeah,
joke.
well, the
Well, yeah.
expectations were through the roof. Everything was connected to Castle of Greyhawk.
Yeah.
Everybody expecting something fantastic,
Right,
unique, over the top, meaning something that blew Temple of Elemental Evil out of the water. That was the kind of the what everybody was waiting for.
Yeah,
And then this comes. Yeah,
the Temple of Really Bad Dead Things. Oh my god.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right,
Yeah,
well-
Zudrak,
I've
that's right.
got
Jim Holloway, he was
have a
probably the
note
best
here that
illustrator for
says-
this. Yeah.
I have a note here that says no on that one.
I
I think I decided not to run that one. It has such famous things as
Is it a
the-
Conan module? There you go. Yeah, they really use a lot of extra artwork because they owned it, and why not? It's easy to do.
Yeah.
There's the room of the provocatively clad prisoner. That's actually one of the room names.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, I
But,
recognized almost all of the art from somewhere else.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we will move on from this.
I'm
Just-
trying to find the level that had the information. Oh, there we go. Vices and Virtues, level 9.
So that's Scott Benny's.
Yeah, and so it had a lot of information in it about well, basically the relationship between Grazd and Igwilf.
Oh, really?
And
Lots of demons in here.
Trying to find the room
Here's
that
Grashit.
had there's Zol Darklock, the Shade Prince, and so he was a noble in the Sul Empire. I'm looking at page 97 of Scott's thing there, where he names Zodast as the Sul Archmage that developed the
Shade Prince.
the Doombringer, and he's also the guy who imprisoned Zol. So theoretically, if you release Zol, you can get information about the invoked devastation.
Oh, interesting.
Which is how I dealt with it.
So once again, is Zol close to Zool from Ghostbusters? Yeah, that's funny. Zol is basically berserk with rage. Look at this picture of Grazitz and Igwolf there with the yeah, that's a little comical. The artwork between the two of them. That's fun.
Yeah.
So I was saying, Dennis, is Zol close to Zool from Ghostbusters? So another Ghostbusters reference, maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. So the Keymaster, exactly. Oh boy. All right.
But at the time, there was very little information about the twin cataclysms, and so this happened to be one of the things that I personally latched onto to create my own backstory. Right.
Interesting. Well, there's a lot of high-level individuals in this one.
Yeah, yeah.
There's an ex-paladin in here, fallen paladin.
Yeah. I mean, there's little bits of things here and there. I mean, some of the adventures you could run just as a one-off that's
Right.
not part of a campaign, right? If you just wanted to have fun on an evening, right? But there are certain aspects of it that I managed to use as
Fluffy goes
as I
down the
said,
drain. Oh
as
boy.
joke Zagig levels that
Right.
only Zagig can do.
So with that, I'm going to click that off. How's
All
that
right.
sound for now? So
Sounds good.
yeah, let's are there any Greyhawk specific city adventures in the Greyhawk Adventures Jim Ward book? I don't think there are. Well, there are. Yeah, they talk about some people from them, but I don't know if there's any adventures in here. Because isn't this where the 0 level adventure is? At the end of this?
Yeah, I think the 0 level adventuring does happen in there.
It happens in yeah, yeah, here it is. There's a couple.
Yeah.
So yeah, the rescue of Ren is in here, isn't it? That's from third to sixth. So here's Adventures in Greyhawk. Let me just see the gallows. There's a couple here. Diver Down, is that in too? Diver Down is. Yeah, there are a couple. I know. All right, so there's one that's saving Ren. I thought the 0 level one was Horse Sense.
Well, there's a few.
Yeah.
Horse Sense, Beaming Up.
Are they in Greyhawk? I don't remember about Horse Sense. Yeah, but I know the one. I know Beaming Up, President. Yeah, I know that that this one is. I know that if we come down here, that one's definitely the Valley of the Mage. One of them. The Rescue of Ren is definitely one. Party adventurers in the free city of Greyhawk looking for employment. One day, a messenger comes to the inn where the party is staying. It doesn't say which one. Your reputation for bravery and skill has preceded you. The Traders Union. You got to go rescue him. He's been, I think, kidnapped. Yeah. Don't. Is Hellsifar out of scope? Where's Hellsifar? Hellsifar. I don't know where it is.
Can someone spell it?
Or I near put it in the chat.
Hull Safar. I don't know where that is.
Yeah. So, but this one, you find the kidnapper's headquarters. It's Owlbear's gang. Yeah, kidnapped him. So you have to get him. You have to free Ren of the Star. So there you go. Yep. And then that one. Here's one in the Wild Coast. I think that was the only one that I recall that was in Greyhawk in the Greyhawk Adventures.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. Yep. And they do the adventures for 0.
I think the 0 level ones were kind of generic. I don't think.
Yeah, they're not specifically in Greyhawk. Yeah.
There's no. They could be if you wanted them to be.
Yep.
Cards is an Elred.
Yep.
Yeah, just the one.
Just the one is definitely in Greyhawk City. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So the cards are all over the place. So the cards are not just
This one is in my favorite spot. One of my favorite spots.
Wolf Nomads?
Yep. Number 4, the Dead of the Howling Hills.
Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, bring that one up.
Yeah, they're going to get into a burial chamber of a wolf nomad lord.
Yep. The PCC and merchants selling wolf nomad burial chamber treasures and getting good prices for them.
Yep.
Thanks, Patrick. Approached by who has to retrieve the urn containing the ashes of a revered former leader of his nomadic clan. Yeah, this is probably not how a wolf nomad burial site is going to be in perfect squares down dug, right? But it is. So, and the old days for the map. It's a decent map. Like I said, all these have decent maps. Yeah, stone cut steps, but yeah. So this is I don't think I ran this one. We can check. I'll just type in howling.
think I've used it. I think
Nope.
I had characters going after a particular item, and
Oh, it's a
I
different one.
had it as one of the items that was buried. So
Okay.
they were looking for something on a kind of mini quest.
So there's a lot of undead in here, right? And then there's also Viluisk the Mighty. And I forget how he got in here. Viluisk still exists, but he's a haunt. That's why. So he's haunting his own place. Yeah, so it's undead. It's low. It says levels 3rd. That's about right. Yeah. Thanks for the follow, Commando Solo. Nice. Yep. So another one there. In way out there, but you can place that one almost anywhere. Next one. This is definitely in the city. A diplomatic incident. Variable level, 6th level, but a lot of variables in this. So Sental Nurev as the Captain General of the Watch. So yeah, and here it says representatives from the Sea Princes, Keoland, the Iron League, and the Scarlet Brotherhood are due to attend these talks. So yeah, this is a lot of intriguing. And remember, this is pre-wars.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I mean, during the wars, I think Sentinel Nurev leaves the city, right?
Yep. Yes, he does.
So yeah, yeah, my players ran through that.
Yeah, I don't think I ran this one either. All other times PCs must take over to guarantee the safety and well-being of these important guests. So you're basically guarding the guests. Yep.
Yeah.
And then someone comes in and tries to, if I recall, tries to assassinate one of them. So there you go.
And those diplomatic houses are all put onto the map as well.
Right. They used to be in the high quarter. Are they in the high quarter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me bring that up. Right. The H right here. Those?
No.
Oh no.
They're
these?
yes, those there.
There.
So I think H4A, I think.
Is that adventure?
Is that the one that matches? No, it's
No.
Oh, wait a second. I jumped off the card here.
That's
Hang
okay.
on a sec.
That's good to know. Right near the Lord's Tomb, H5. Or is the Lord's Tomb at H2? No, it's H5. It's one of those, right?
It's one of them. Let me pull up my index here.
Good cross-reference there. Let's see what we got. Let's see.
Location index.
Oh, no. Look at the second floor, Dennis. It may be that one. Look. The second floor is shaped like that.
Yeah.
First floor looks like a courtyard almost.
Well, it's one of the H4s for sure.
Okay. All right. I may be the one, but number one, because it does have a courtyard.
I think so.
Yeah. All right. Cool. That's good to know. Yeah. That one would fit the most of the description. Yeah. Yep. H4A.
Yeah. Because
nice.
The courtyard is actually open, even though on the map from the card it's colored in the same as a floor.
Exactly.
It actually is an H-shaped building.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Excellent that it's placed. All right, a far quiet from the swamp. I know I've run this one. I know for a fact I've run this one. Let's type in Far Cry. If I spelled it right, it would pop up, but it didn't. 221, a Far Cry from the swamp. There you go. Oh my God, 240s Fed a fencer there. I don't even remember running that. Holy jeez, going to the ethereal plane to get the Yankai? I ran it. Holy, I don't remember doing that one. Yeesh. All right, so let me go back here.
I think that location as well is on my Undercity map.
Oh, the Undercity map. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, people have been disappearing from the docks at night. So, and
Yeah.
the Dockers and Wharfmen's Union is threatening to strike. So, patrols of the Night Watchmen's Union have been attacked by fearsome beasts on the dock. So, this is definitely a Greyhawk City one.
Yeah, it's U14 on my Undercity map.
All right, cool. Outside. You. Oh, it's on the underground map.
It's the Undercity map. Yeah, you have to go to the web page.
I may have it, so let me check real quick here. Go to D&D. Let me just type in Undercity and see if I have it.
Pretty sure that's that one.
I'm looking through it. Remember, I know. Probably. I have your Malden Greyhawk Underdark, Malden cross section. No, I don't have. I don't think. I probably. No, I don't see it popping up real quick.
All right. You have to load up the web page.
Yeah. All right. So it's U14 in the on Malden's site there. Is it inside the city or is it outside the city?
It's under the docks. It's under the docks.
So it's over here.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Awesome. And from that, you have it's scrags, which are trolls, right?
Yeah.
Sea trolls or mother scrags are tough to kill, considering if they're in the water, it's tough to burn them. Yep. So awesome. And there's a warehouse there, and it says danger, keep out unsafe structure. That's funny. Don't go in this building. And that's the connection to where the scrag lair is. So, need to clear them out for the city. Simple extraction mission. What level is it? 6th? Yep. 6th. Patrols of the White Watchmen's Union have been attacked by fearsome beasts on the docks. I didn't know the Night Watchmen went to the docks. That's interesting. That is really interesting. Right? Dennis, I didn't know they went to the docks. I thought they just went to the garden and the high quarters.
Oh, you mean the Nighthawk novel?
No, the Night Watchman from the box set.
Oh, okay.
It's its own guild.
I'm trying to see if I have a Night Watch.
What's up, Greg?
Station there.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
There's a City Watch station.
Yeah, so if we go... here we go. So we go to chapter... Let's go. Let's see if this is a little bit of a congruous error here. Military and the law. City Watch is here. Sentinel Nerves here. Right? Criminal Code. Magic and Justice. The Night Watchman. Guild of Night Watchman.
W13 is the abandoned warehouse from that.
Which one is it?
W13 on my version 2 map.
So I guess Darkness Falls, the people constable tend to desert the streets due to their general unpopularity among the common folk of every city. So I guess it's not specifically limited to. In some areas of the city, whole neighborhoods band together, hire the guild to patrol their streets and steer off those who might visit there with dishonest intent. I guess it's beyond just those two up in the upper areas, the garden and the high quarter. I guess they'll go over to get paid.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What we loved about this was... I loved about this, and we've used this a lot. Walt actually has his character as Deputy Guildmaster of the Night Watchman in the campaign now. Is that they have these dark men, and most of them we have them, they're either gnomes or half-elves in ours. But it says in here, most commonly gnomes, because they can, especially illusionists, they can sneak around and they can spy which is I thought was really cool back then in the day for that specialty. Yep, the good old. So, all right, let me go back then. Neat. Howling Hills went to that one. Far Cry from the Swamp. All right, so you said it was W13. Yep. I see.
It's a small warehouse.
Yeah, I see it. I see
yeah,
it.
Yeah, there he goes.
There it is, right there.
Yep.
That's where it is. Nice. What's up, Mike? That's your gamer. Very, very cool. All right, let's get off of these for a second and go now to something else. And I am going to go to, why not? We'll just get it here. The Falcon series. 3 adventures of a strange character, right? Who's a dual class, if I recall, a priest of Ayus and a mage. The Falcon herself.
Yeah, but although she's not human though, right? So.
Right, she's like, well, here are my pictures. So there's 3 of them. There's Falcon's Revenge. Whoops, it's wrong there. Oh, I just brought Falcon's Revenge up. So, because I guess it was too much pain to bring them all up here. Falcon.
I actually liked running that series, and my players really enjoyed the series.
Did you?
Yeah.
Falcon Master.
Yeah.
Flames of the Falcon. There they all are.
In
This
fact,
one, a lot of them had the 3D buildings. Remember?
Yeah, I never did build up the 3D buildings though, but
Yeah.
because I never really used miniatures, so I had no cause to cut it up or to punch it out or whatever. But
Yep,
it was a
it's average.
we had fun with it, and at the end when it's not quite at the end, but when the Falcon cult attacks the Temple of Cuthbert, I had them plan out, strategize. I had a map of the temple. They knew that they were coming, and so they set, different party members in charge of groups of troops at each of the entrances. There are like 5 things that they had to cover, and they knew they were coming, and so it turned in the end to be quite a huge battle that generated one of the most memorable gaming nights we had. I had one of the guys had a psionicist thief halfling, and the group that he was in charge of kind of fell. They were kind of overwhelmed,
right?
And they had a 7th level. I think at the time he may have been 4th, and he was the last man standing out of this group of defenders, and the leader of that attacking group for that was left, and like the guy had double the level on him. It was this huge fighter armored with a big sword, and he just kind of was being chased through the main part of the temple, between the pews, and stumbled as this guy is about to hit him with a 2-handed sword or something. That would have killed him instantly because he only had a couple of hit points left. And he kind of did a Hail Mary shot with a projectile weapon, and rolled a 00 on a critical hit and killed him instantly.
Wow.
And just at the very last second, as he was about to be dealt a death blow. And so that role was like talked about for decades later. Um,
It's always good to have some memories. So
yeah.
I talked about this with Alan Crowe back in the day, and I didn't have any memories. Yeah, I never had any memories of them. So much so that I said, let's do our fundraiser in 2020 about the Falcon for 3 straight days. And this is the one where
Okay.
we did all the connected adventures.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone did a thing about the Falcon, and it was tough to do, but we did it, right? And then we even had I had Mike Disney do this miniature up for the Falcon. So yeah, which is here's the back and here's the front. Yep, yep. She won T, right?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, yeah, she is. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, cool, Rob. Oh, thanks, man. So you got into puppets. That's great, and you got into the BattleTech game. That's awesome at Page. Cool. I think there was one seat left then. That's awesome. That is awesome. So, yeah, but that I still have that miniature. It's an awesome looking miniature that he did for it. I think that's Virtual Con 2. Let me see, 2020, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, we're at 7 now coming up. Yeah, that's Virtual Con. No, I'm sorry. That's the St. Jude's second annual fundraiser. 20, 21, 22, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yep. Second annual fundraiser for St. Jude. We did the Falcon series. And the Falcon got so pissed off that she invaded Altamira at the end because she said that this would be easier to take over than Greyhawk. So Anna played in that one too.
Yep.
I think you had Imri in that one. No, you had your
Mhm.
Elven Cavalier.
Yep.
You had your Elven Cavalier in that one. I remember. So yeah. So the Falcon series is okay. Make the best of it. There are worse things to run, so you can't really go wrong running it. You know. So
No, I mean it's good, and a lot of it is going to depend on the DM and what they want to do with it, right?
absolutely.
Even a sucky adventure can be a great adventure if the DM knows his players and or her players and plays to their interests. Then
Yeah.
yeah, any adventure can be great. We had I know people have complained about this series, and some people who are really against adventures that are on rails hate it because it is a planned out adventure. I have no problem with that. But I tweak it a lot and I bring in elements from, from my own campaign. So there's lots of connections and connecting of the dots that happen, but you make it what you want, right?
Yeah.
So
100%.
we had a blast. We had a blast with it. I had no complaints about those three at all, and either did the players.
Okay.
So yeah, whatever turns your motor, right?
We'll go back to the cards. Yeah, I'll intersperse it with some other tidbits here that I got.
I should probably head out in about 15
Okay.
minutes.
Was there anyone you want to bring up?
Was
there anyone you would like to bring up?
Well, the Dorshak Crane actually is an interesting card because I usually when I run an adventure, it's done. It's never run again because it's all like your campaign.
Yes.
One continuous timeline, right?
Right. Yeah.
The Dorshak Crane card, though, is something that I've recycled 3 times. It's one of the only adventures that I've ever done.
Really?
That I've done that with. And so I've ran it originally in the city of Greyhawk, just the way that it's like this. I ran it in another city with a different party, changing all the names.
Right.
And then I also used it in my Underdark campaign. Remember, we were talking about the city of Core.
Yes.
That free city of Core that I'd created as a home city for an Underdark. I turned it into that, except now instead of a dwarf, it was a Durger, I think I used. But again, reskinned it, changed all the names. But this is one of the few adventures that I've legitimately actually run multiple times, and it's a fun little short thing.
What's great about this is that it's just a story about an evil dwarf, greedy dwarf gem cutter, right? For the
Yeah.
most part, and yeah, and you can reskin it, and no one will ever know until we tell you that we've reskinned it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So well, we're gonna skip ahead to another one.
And at least 2 of the 3 times that I ran this, the PCs ended up using that building as a permanent base of
Oh,
operation. They
okay,
ended up moving in.
Hey, yeah.
So yeah.
right off the map, Lord Forth. Well, that's cool. So with that, let's go ahead here. Nope, that's a good one too. That's a good one too. To mine that I reskinned 100 times.
Oh yeah.
Shadows of Terror. Tell me if I'm wrong, Dennis, but I don't think I am. This is the first ever sighting in published source of a monster that used to be called an undead dragon, but then they become Draco-liches.
Right.
This
It
is it.
might be.
Yeah,
It
this is
might
the
be,
first
yeah.
sighting ever, and there's 2 of them in this. 2.
It's average 10th level, so
Yes. So I've reskinned this, and if I need to go quick and something at a high level, and there's 2 Draco-liches, it's coming from here. Okay, it's probably coming from this one here. So yeah, there's 20 shadows in it, but you know you can change that around real easy. So there's 2 black Draco-liches, Gloom Whisper and Dark Star, which I guarantee you they took right from that movie. No doubt in my mind that someone was a Dark Star fan of that crazy movie where they're out in space destroying unstable planets. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah. But yeah. So and this is nowhere near. It's not really near Greyhawk. Hornwood. The people of Hornwood.
This says edge of the Grand Duchy of Joff.
Yep. Yep. This is about pretty far away. But there you go. So you can put this anywhere. So
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Why not? So, yep. So that was a good one there. All right. So I want to get with this before Dennis leaves. I want to show him a link in that I did. Let's get to, and we'll talk about this, and then he'll probably have to depart. So let me just prep this to the right spot. Okay, we're there. So the next one will be Ghost Ship, which I love too. Okay, so
Yeah, I've used that one as well.
yeah, underwater one because there's so few of them. Expeditions Ruins of Greyhawk.
Ah,
Awesome adventure.
I've read through it. Never had an opportunity yet to actually.
Really? So
Yeah,
you haven't?
I've
Rigby hasn't died in your game.
No, not yet.
Ah.
Okay.
No.
Eric Mona
No,
would be
it's-
upset at you after all these years.
And after sending me a free copy, yeah.
Oh
to
man.
boot.
So
I know I've read through it all, and it's a great adventure. It was particularly interesting to get a copy of it because before I realized that all of the shakeup was happening and that Eric had been asked to do this as a last blast kind of, they were they were getting towards the end of the last
Savage Tide.
Sabbath, yeah, and so I wrote up a detailed proposal to Eric of an outline of 10 or so adventures for a new new adventure path that was set in the city of Greyhawk in the between not so much Greyhawk ruins, but something that shifts the Wizards Guild
Really?
out of phase. And they were really, now obviously Eric had already, unbeknownst to anybody, including me, seriously delved into this already. but there are all sorts of very strange parallels between my ideas for this adventure path and the ideas that Eric used for Ruins of Greyhawk. It was
Oh,
kind of like,
oh
yeah,
wow.
it's like a great minds think alike, fools seldom differ kind of thing. In that we kind of came up with a couple of ideas that overlapped, and so you know when I saw this, I knew that my adventure path could never ever be done because it would seem like copying the idea of having the entire building shifting out of phase, right? And
So
trying to bring it back. But
maybe he took some inspiration from what you gave him.
my feeling is that they had already pretty
Okay.
much planned this out. Eric would have to confirm what the timeline it
Okay.
was on this, but I don't think he would have you
No,
know
Eric's too straight laced to.
yeah, he wouldn't have done that, I don't think. I think we just happened to hit on a similar idea and approached it differently.
So,
My idea was that with the new uh, person in there's a person in the guild that performs these ridiculous ceremonies all the time, and he's kind of the joke of the guild, and people refuse to acknowledge that he has any importance, and it's just done because of the memories of Zagig. Well, and my idea was that when he's killed for various reasons, which the players have to try to figure out, he's murdered, and
oh,
the the ceremonies that he does, it's described in the descriptions of the guild, um, stop. And when that happens, weird things start happening, and in the end, the entire guild gets shifted out of phase onto an alternate plane. And so the players have to figure out how to bring it back.
that's cool.
And so, yeah, and then it was a pretty neat outline, I thought. But at the end of this, of course, Paizo completely lost
Yeah.
the ability to write anything
Hey, Tim.
for right. So
Yeah.
the
So,
adventure path idea within the city of Greyhawk, within the world of Greyhawk, was dead at that point, and so
yes, it
it could
was.
never be done.
But with this, what I did, and if we look into my log, I have the Iron Brigade running it. This is pre-stream, right before streaming. Expeditions chapters 1 and 2. And I split it up. But in between this, they have the low-level group Iron Fury, which there you go, Michael. A lot of these characters are ones you ran on Saturday, investigating the Great Burn, Retribution for Shacktown, and then this is all tied into where is it? A Case of Measles, which is here we go. This I put it in at the same time, so I have high level and low level going on at the same time. And here it is by Brian Doherty,
Oh, yeah.
A Case of Measles. I threw this in right into it at the same exact time, and this is all at the Great Burn, right? Did you ever read this, Dennis?
No, actually, I haven't read that one.
Oh,
I've seen it,
yeah,
and I know you've talked about it before, but
yeah,
I'm afraid I've never gotten around to reading
yeah.
it.
It's good. It's good
I
because you got
recognize the logo though.
yeah,
That came from one of the old web pages.
right, exactly. And so, and I don't even know what year this was done, but I tied them both in together. And I think there's a map in here. Yeah, see, look, here's the map of the Great Burn area.
Right.
So they did multiple forays into here. And look, it shows where Zorbos is and stuff. So, yeah.
Mhm.
So, at the time. So, I tied them both in and used it along with some other stuff. But, yeah, you can tell I think this is campaign cartographer. No, this is an early campaign cartographer.
I don't know.
Yeah, very early. I think it's a first edition one.
Yeah, I think so. It might be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and they had, it was all detailed out pretty good. It was a lot of detail. So I used this at the same time, and it was fun. So, I was glad that I think I got this off the AOL supplemental way back. Cannon Fire had a spot where you could download stuff that was discussed on the AOL files, and this was on there. I think that's where I
Oh,
got it. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So. That's Dragger here. It's all good, man. I mean,
Nice play of words. Case of measles.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So
Yeah,
Ruins
yeah.
of Greyhawk's awesome. I love it. Uh,
No, I've never run it, but I've read through it, and I think it reads great. It's certainly a tour de force, no doubt. I mean,
and I
Eric and gang did a great job.
I ran it without running Age of Worms, and there's Age of Worm characters in here, which was a little bit of a because the guy from the arena is stuck down there, right? That
Right.
whatever his name of the ball guy, I forget what his name is. He's on the cover of one of the dungeons. That dude,
Right.
Larian or something like that. Whatever, you know. So
Yeah, I don't
he's
remember. I never ran Age of Worms either.
yeah.
Something I always wanted to do, but
I've done bits and pieces of it as sidebar adventures, and that's
yeah.
another thing that real cool we'll go to is this. So if you come out here, here's Greyhawk, and one of the big ones where they have those lizard men that are being corrupted by the Cayuse worm infestation is Blackwall Keep, which I think Sean Reynolds wrote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for Age of Worms, it's the third or fourth one, and that's right here. And I just ran that not that long ago, maybe a year ago. So from the Dungeon magazine. So right here, it's connected. It's not far at all, and it has it on the map now, right off the Mist Marsh, and you actually go into the Mist Marsh during the adventure, and that's right there. Yep. And it also starts. The Age of Worms starts in Diamond Lake, which is here.
Right. Right.
I've been using Diamond Lake for years before that, so yeah. So plenty of stuff to do around in and around Greyhawk with in and around the city with the Age of Worms campaign, which is the second adventure path that they did. So anytime you got a bolt, dude, it's fine. I just any other things you'd like to, any other ones you'd bring up or? I know.
Geez, I don't know. Other than the cards, there's
Yeah.
also there's a couple of there was a Living Greyhawk adventure that I put all the places. What was it called? Because they're put onto the version 2 map as well.
Pew, 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 pew.
Core 4-12, which was kind of a sequel to the.
I don't have that one.
There was a blood. Oh,
What's it called?
geez. Let me see if I can find it.
Well, try it. I just got them all, or I shouldn't say that in public. Everyone's gonna be knocking. Give me all those adventures. Yeah, Dragger here. I think that this adventure here is not meant to be run as an adventure all the way through at any point. If that, if that makes sense.
Mad God's Key was the one that was
Oh,
published. That
yeah.
one was published, and so it starts off in the city of Greyhawk, and there's some locations.
Isn't Mad God's
to
Key
that.
in dungeon?
Yeah, Dungeon 114, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Dungeon 114, and then
And there's a Mad God's Key too, which I didn't know about.
Well, then that's the Key to the Grave is what it was called.
Let me see
Was
here.
kind of a sequel, unofficial sequel to that. That was Core 412, and it was written by I think Jason.
Dungeon
Oops,
114, huh?
Jason Bullman.
Jason Bowman, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he wrote the core.
Mm-hmm.
A Living Grail compatible adventure.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. So when Jason wrote Core 412, he created a whole pile of City of Greyhawk locations that I've put onto my.
Oh, that's that area, right?
Yes, that's the area that. And actually, he used my original tavern, the Broken Staff,
right,
as the starting point for his adventure. And so he basically created all of the locations around the Broken Staff for the core adventure.
Which is in here at the end, I believe. So here's Mad Guy's Key.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't think I ran it. Let me check. I don't think I ran that.
It was a nice adventure as well. I don't know if you remember Mystic Scholar was writing a series of fiction, Greyhawk fiction, which are on my website. I have them archived on my website, and so he serialized Mad God's Key. That's the adventure that he used for his story, right?
Oh, okay.
So, which is kind of which is
what
pretty
levels?
cool,
What level's the sequel to this?
The
core
Key to
one.
the Grave is, well, keep in mind that those adventures had multiple levels that you could choose, right?
Right.
And so the minimum was
Hey,
PC's
Curtis.
level 1 to 6.
Do you have that, Anna?
Oh yeah, I have somewhere.
How big is it?
Hang on a second. Dungeon 114. Hang on a second here.
No, not the core.
Oh, the core. Okay, hang on a second.
What's
core 4-12.
4-12.
What's up, Curtis? We're talking Greyhawk stuff, and Dennis was kind enough to hop on there last evening. Yeah.
I have it.
All right, can you Discord it to me? Would that be okay? So
Yeah,
I want to look at it. I may run it.
Yeah.
I may run it and boost it up even more in my Iron Fury group.
Yep.
I may even tie it into the Sourload Doom Grinder there, Curtis, just because I knew you wanted me to say that. So, all right. Well, that's good to know. Man, you gave us a lot of information, Dennis, just hopping on. That was awesome. Definitely awesome. So getting back to Drager's question here, I don't think this is meant to be run through. This is meant to be you go in, you go out, you go do other stuff, you go in, you go out, right? This is almost impossible to run straight through because there's really no rhyme or reason to it.
Greyhawk Ruins?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used 3 different parties ran each of the different towers, and they were run at different times and independently.
Yeah, and we just since you missed it, we talked about the other one, the tower, the bad one earlier. So, but yeah,
the different one.
Yeah, the different one. Yeah, yeah. But this one is crazy, the size of this. But hey, it's cool.
It's big. It's big. It's an early super dungeon, I guess you could call it, right?
Yeah, definitely. Another one to tick off the list here.
Yeah, but I've ran all of Greyhawk Ruins, done the whole thing. Yeah.
All right, so let's go back here. All right, so the ghost ship, 7th level average, underwater. So
I think I'm going to jump off at this point.
Dennis, thanks, man. That was awesome.
It was great to jump in. I'll catch the end of the stream later on.
Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah, I'll
really appreciate it. I mean, you're a lifesaver. Came on and give us some great detailed information we wouldn't have had, which I really appreciate. 100%.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Talk to you soon.
All right. Adios. Bye-bye.
That was great that he came on.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
Okay, so this ghost ship one is it says off the southern coast of the Bright Desert, which means it's Woolly Bay, right? So it's anywhere you can run this anywhere in that area you so choose. Yeah, so somewhere in the Woolly Bay, Sea of Gernot. Is that how you say it right? Gernot?
But technically Woolly Bay is the northern part. It's the bay from
Right. Absolutely. But
but we don't need to be that picky.
Yeah, but it's in this area. So it's not, it's the closest, besides the near deep, it's the closest ocean-based waterway there is to Greyhawk.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you can put it anywhere. You can put this one anywhere you want because it's a shipwreck underwater, which is neat.
It needs to be water, and it needs to be big enough water that a ship will end up there. Well, unless you put it there for other reasons.
It's 140 fathoms. How many feet's that?
Fathoms. Anyone can. I need to Google that because fathoms is not
It's
what I'm
deep.
used to.
It says
Yeah.
a level of illumination is effectively 0. Or not. 6 foot per
100.
fathom. Wow, Troy, thanks. 840 feet. That would kill
Well,
you,
yeah.
a normal
Come
person
on.
going down there.
That's
Yeah.
not a little tiny lake. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, thanks, Troy.
See, we need a mariner here for
Yeah,
this.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Zigzactl and specters and stuff. This is a good one. You don't have to put it that deep, by the way, if you don't want to. But yeah. So it's basically a treasure hunting adventure. And the potion, you're ever given a water breathing potions, isn't that nice? Still, half attack rate. If you have a helm of underwater action, you're good. But besides that, you're not in good shape here. So, yeah, yeah. The ghost actually sends you on this. Yep. Don't turn around, landman. You don't want to clap eyes on me. You don't want people to see you with white hair and eyes. Yeah, the fear vector. Yeah, it's really deep. Yeah, it would crush you. A kumquat, that would be cool though. Turning into a kumquat. I may have to start doing polymorph other spells into kumquats there, Alderon. That'd be awesome. Good adventure. Griffin Hunt. Another. PCs hear rumors of a ruined city in the bright desert. No detail, but here's the plateau. You're looking for, people are looking for, Sir Jesper, a Volanese knight is looking for mounts, if I recall. Yep. And that's Griffin Hunt. Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
Griffin Hunt. Lichstaff. This one's 10th level. Traveling through the wilderness or while relaxing in the lodgings in the free city, a Lamassu materializes among the PCs. That happens every day. The Lamassu informs the PCs that the powers...
That's kind of nasty. The party is just resting and you throw a... Wow.
Have discovered the whereabouts of a piece of Fraz Blue's staff.
That's kind of... You just throw an artifact and
yeah,
the Demon
boom.
Lord and the Lich just...
Go for it!
Like from nowhere. That's worse
I can
than
do
me.
it!
You have to... I have to admit that is worse than me. Yeah.
Oh, but it's funny. I mean, and for one shots, it's all good.
Okay, funny. Okay.
It's funny. It's entertaining. Here
well, yeah,
I don't know where Lamassu just shows up.
Okay.
So,
wow.
Yeah, especially if you're drinking. Yeah. So, when it says Frazer Blue was imprisoned beneath Castle Greyhawk. Who wasn't imprisoned beneath Castle Greyhawk? By the way, almost everyone was. And so, yeah. There you go. So you got to go through here, and there's a wall of force. This is a nasty adventure, if I recall. There's vampires in it, undead Annis. Yeah, this is nasty, and a lich, just a lich.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to deal with a lich in this one. I think 10th a little low for this, but.
You have lots of them, so it's 60. So 6 characters, level 10.
Yeah, that's 5th edition. They slaughter this thing in 10 seconds, but we're talking.
Oh, maybe not.
Oh yeah. Third. Just kidding. Mayhem at the World's End. This is Greyhawk City. You have the World's End Tavern? Yeah, you have the World's End Tavern, right? And World's End Tavern's a Greyhawk. A notorious establishment in the worst part of the city. Many years in the tavern are keyed on the Mount Valley. Yeah, so the World's End is, I think, in the slum quarters, right? So, a merchant from the Bandit Kingdom offers them 1,000 gold pieces to disrupt a meeting between rival supplier and an important customer. He wants his rival done away with, and the customer brought him in for interrogation. So, you are troublemakers in this one. Yes. You are just in there causing trouble. Yeah, well, Sam, everyone's... Name a deity that wasn't imprisoned under Castle Greyhawk. They all were. So another demon and all, yeah. Someone here or there, you all get imprisoned there. Yes. So I think this is just a brawl, if I recall. The Wicked Lady. Yeah. Look at this here. Lady Fiona Rallantine is meeting her lover Hagar Medgedis for a tryst. Unfortunately, her husband is found out about this and arrives at some point during the evening. That's awesome. Yes, so just start it all up with all sorts of trouble in a 2-card. Yeah, this one's kind of funny. Yeah, what's the levels on this one? It's probably various. Oh, 6th. Yeah, this one is just you're going in to get into trouble, and there's going to be brawls and bar fights and all sorts of things in this one. So, oh, here we go. Right, Riken may also have a note from Alice Marin C. Greyhawk Adventures. Oh, so look, they made a connection, authorizing payment of these Scarlet Brotherhood funds to him, which he can initiate further adventures. So there you go. So you may be working for the bad guys. Yes, fun stuff. All right, here's a hidden gem. And I think the um, question in case of measles is I think this one's a hidden gem too. Here's Treasures of Greyhawk. I think this one is the one where I gave Anna a new spot on her map plus a new heraldry. Right?
Oh
And
yeah.
that, uh-huh, yeah.
We had the
Shadow Karine, page 18.
yeah, we had the Port Martin or yeah,
Yep.
Martin or
So
Martin.
here it is, the Shroud of Karine. So if we come out here.
Yeah. Uh-oh, you unplugged yourself.
Disconnected.
There you go. Yep.
Thanks, Patrick. All right, so here's Greyhawk, and here it is. This is that adventure. Castle Martin and Karine's tomb. This is one of those where if you're going to run it at your own peril, this thing is unbelievably valuable. The Shroud of Karine, if I'm pronouncing that right, it's worth 100,000 gold pieces in this adventure. So if you're going to do it, make them do it for someone on a mission. So the map, the pieces have found leads to a secret tomb in the Cairn Hills where long ago a cruel lord forced his subjects to build a tomb for his wife. The lady was covered with a shroud that was encrusted with the king's ransom and emeralds. It was easily worth 100,000 gold. So there you go. And here's the tomb. Here's the map. As you can see, Anna's placed it. There's a great oak. Shroud. It's all on that map, the near deed.
Yeah,
so.
I colorized the heraldry too. I made some guesses. Yeah.
And there you go. And there's a little trick thing in here. Here's the tomb. It's not a long adventure for getting a huge fortune out of it, but there it is. Make it a very secretive place. So yes, exactly. You can always change it. Look at this. The room is a small chapel devoted to the worship of Ralishaz. Yes. So
it's funny. I never really thought about Ralishaz much until Eric Mona played
exactly
Venerian Board, and now it's like the coolest ever. Yeah.
Yes. 6 level characters for this too. I bet you this is one of the earliest ones. I bet you I ran this the minute I got this thing. Let me type it in and see where it is. 291. Shroud of Karine. Yeah.
Yeah, I was so happy when I found the heraldry and stuff. That was awesome. Yep.
Yeah, always finding diamonds in the rough here and there, you know?
Oh yeah, it was like Adventure Begins. There was one hiding on the front cover.
Yeah.
Like I looked at that 500 times and never seen it.
There's one in Nolb too. Remember the one in Nolb?
Oh yeah, exactly. In the illustration on the in the tavern image. It's fantastic. So yeah.
All good. It's just awesome that the stuff is being uncovered.
Yep.
Yeah. So okay. All right. I wanted to give you that hidden gem around Greyhawk. And let's see what else we got here. Anyone have any questions or ones that you come up? Hey, Rick Miller's on. Rick, you missed. You may have just missed Malden. He was on for the first hour. So, well, so thanks, Patrick, for doing that for Rick. Okay, minding the store, first level. So this one is the thieves. He owes money to the Thieves Guild. So it's yeah. So he's decided to cut his losses, take what cash he has left, and get out of town. PCs do not wear this, and Senator most definitely does not want anyone to know his plan. So he's going to screw over the party while screwing over the Thieves Guild, if I recall, in this adventure, a little first level intrigue adventure, which is always fun. Like I said, these adventure cards, you're getting some detail in a level and a half. So you ran that one? Cool. Awesome. Yep. Well, hopefully it is, Rick. We only got another 15, 20 minutes, so going through adventure cards here. If you can play the Prisoner of Zender, 9th level. This one is Scant, if I recall. The location of a tower on the cliffs overlooking the point of Scant is given. So this is an on-wall. Yeah. And this also has another instance of a prison of Zagig. So I've known 3 instances of Princes of Zagig in adventures. Can you guys? I did this just recently. Can you guys name 3? Besides us, name the 2 others. A prison of Zagig appears. I guess he had a bunch of them. Anyone else know where there's prisons of Zagig in adventures?
No.
There are 5. Okay, well I know 3. This Shokanth. Oh, okay. Well, City. Yes, Greg, but that is not published source. I would have never gotten that. That's good that he put it in there too. And then one of the bottom levels of Expeditions to the Ruins of Greyhawk. I think there's a fairy imprisoned in one that Lavashti put in there. Yep, and she'd been there for like a year. It holds Loth in his module. That's a minor thing to hold in there. Wow. Yeah. Huh. So. Yep. Oh yeah, Bigby's actually held in this, where Bigby is held prisoner on a table in prison of Zagig. Bigby's inside it in this adventure. They went big time. And he's not a gnome or anything else like that. He's actually a human in here. So we don't. Yes, but Bigby is held prisoner on a table in prison of Zagig. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Pygmy, sage, myconid, and plants. A message bearing a badly scrawled note calls at the PC's lodgings in the city. Note reads, "Help come quickly. Adarian the sage in danger. He's well known in the Free City." I think this one, his plants go crazy on him and that he needs to get freed from them. Yeah, the Vegapygmies are going crazy. So if you want to have flashbacks to S4, this is a good place to do it. Because the Vegapygmies were running wild in there as well, right? So you got Vegapygmies in this one as well. You ran that one? Okay. Yes, exactly, damn weirdo. That's funny. He's whatever he feels like. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I like Vegapygmies too. I use them here and there. There's a giant sundew in here, Mantrap. Yeah, if I recall, his own workings in here and studies went crazy. I don't know if this was in this. I wonder if this is placed. I'm looking to see. It just says a Darian's house. This is something that Malden may have said. Oh yeah, it's here. Yeah, I bet you he put it somewhere. All right, Riders in the Storm. This one's way out there. Starich and Geoff. As you can see. Yep. 5th level, Struck Mountains Adventure. Yeah. So, if I recall, this one has a weird alliance, right? This one has Lucrata with gnomes. There's a village nearby, Talbear, right here. We're nearby, and they're being plagued by 2 evil gnomes. Yes, 2 evil gnomes with Lucrata allies. That's awesome. See, I think they were getting punch drunk later on at the end. They're like, what could be cool here? Yeah, because they're doing this all in one weekend.
Oh, so you sure that they did all the cards in that same weekend, you think?
I think so.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't
So
think.
they just, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, Shadows of Terror we went over. I love it. It's one of my favorites. Siege of the High Folk. Well, we know where this is. It's in the High Folk. Pieces are from Tavern Talk. The good money is being paid for adventurers to travel with loads of hardwood from the Vespi to the Velvet Diver. Oh, you get paid a bounty for slaying humanoids too.
Yeah.
The PCs are on their way to the town. You never get there. To the town of High Folk. When they're attacked, you're waylaid. So yes, and yep. So here's a little small building community.
Mhm.
Yep. So this one's very specific to, and it's hobgoblins basically just attacking a small community, and you have to deal with them. You did. That's cool. Well, see, smart move. If your wife's character was from there, it makes sense. From High Folk. All right, now we're getting into the biggie we went. To slay a hierarch. So this is 12th. The PCs are approached by a Knight of the Holy Shielding. Has learned that through a spy and Molag that a powerful hierarch of the Horn Society, pre-wars, will spend a night at a house outside on Munford. Why? I have no idea. Why a hierarch would be out Munford or nearby. So, but yeah. Yes. So this is a simple assassination attempt one. Here's your house. And he has some guards. But Vezarian the hierarch. 12th level, 14th level priest. So not one to be trifled with, right? Yeah. So. Oh, and there's a trick at the end. Here you go. If the it reads, "Thanks for slaying my rival. I'll tip you off next time I want a job done. Thanks again, a grateful hierarch." Ah. So fun. Another good one, the Sunken Temple. I bet you I got this on a couple times. Let's take a look. We got 848. All right. Not going to get much more. Sunken Temple. 197. Oh, that's right next to Slay a Hierarch. I did run it. Ha! There you go. And Wine Harvest, too, which is another one. I ran 3 of them in a row. Wow. So, I don't remember if this is... Temple should be located in a subtropical hilly region far from civilization. I don't remember where I ran this. Spirit Naga Wanti in this one. Yeah, as you can see, it's partial. It's submerged. You're gonna have to do some submerged fighting in this one. Underwater is always really tough. Tough to run, but tough to play in.
Yeah.
White Harvest is good too. Swamp Hag, 7th level. This is Hopmonoland? Yeah, this one's in Hopmonoland. It's far away.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. And this one, I believe, is exactly what it says. It's a green hag. You can place this anywhere in any swamp, though. Simple encounter, like river. Simple one.
What kind of monsters are coming?
Yeah, green hag. Banderlogs and green hags, yeah. And some crocs.
Yeah, but they're giant crocodiles, so it should be in the tropics somewhere.
Yeah, it could be in a vast swamp or the Hool marshes, right?
Yeah, maybe they're subtropical, so yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fantasy world. So you can have crocodiles somewhere else, I guess. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Verbeeg of the Gnarly Forest. I've run this in multiple instances in different names. So if we type in Verbeeg here, it'll come up the first time. Verbeeg. There you go. Oh, it's right there too. 193. So there you go.
Yeah.
And for Biggs of the Gnarly Forest. Let me go to this. Yes, and it's just a Verbeeg mound. It's their home base. You're assaulting. have a shaman in here, and just yeah. Vote for the goat. Let's see here. PCs have been hired by representatives of the Marvelous Talking Goat Party. Uh, I think I don't know if I ever ran this one. Directing oligarchy and infinite wisdom receipt passed needed allowing for the election of local councilors to represent each of the city's quarters. All right. Leading up polls in the quarter. This would be cool for an out of the box, different kind of adventure. So they kidnap Hector the goat. Yeah?
Hector the goat.
Hector the goat gets kidnapped, and you have to rescue Hector the goat. Yes. Looks like Tazloy did it. Okay. Well, like I said, I think they were getting punch drunk at this time. And here's Wine Harvest, first level. The PCs are approached in the city of Greyhawk by Burbar Dren, a wine merchant and vintner. His vineyard is located in the Cairn Hills, northeast of the city. I guess there's got to be some fertile land out there. Yeah, and there's goblins nearby. They're giving him trouble. It's a good first level adventure. A decent map right there to start. And there we go. Woo! Yes, football mascot has been hostaged again. You're absolutely correct. Imagine that. So, all right. Look at that, 8:52. So, Anna, anything you want to bring up besides what we talked about? We went through a lot, of course.
Oh yeah. Since we went over a lot of the products that
Yep.
contain adventures, I just want to mention a couple of others if you want to have more of the atmosphere of Greyhawk for people who are interested in beginning. It's the TSR book published, Saga of Old City by Gary Gygax, a novel. This one gets a lot of the feel for the city. And then, of course, his follow-up that he was published by New Infinities after he left TSR, The City of Hawks. This one is in some ways even grimmer than this one, but I love these books because they give a lot of the feelings. There's a lot of places, happenings, plots, and stuff. So they give a much more elaborate, deep picture of the city. And if you go to Cannon Fire, you can hear a walkthrough of these books or read through of these books by Jason Zavoda. He did before he sadly passed away.
Did he get through all of them?
He get through all of these. Yeah, all of these and then some. I don't think he got to all Gord books, but he got to at least the first 4 or something like that. So these I think were both in there, if I remember correctly. This one for sure, but hopefully he got to this one too. I'm not sure. I have to look into it. Yeah, but these two are highly recommended if you're interested in the city. These are a fantastic read. Maybe not the best literary stuff, but it's definitely
that's okay.
These are my definitive sources for the city when it comes to flavor and names and stuff like that. They are fantastic.
Excellent.
Yep. And this one has also more than the city, and also we can tell, read this one first. This is the original, the story about Gord and his coming of age and stuff. And then you read book 2 and so on. Then you come back and read this one afterwards. Because this one tells the true story of what happened in this book. This is kind of behind the scenes, what really happened. And then you get the adult perspective, so to speak, meaning you looking to see, instead of following from Gord's perspective, you hover over and you figure out what actually happened, so to speak, and so on. And it's a little bit over the top in some places, but it's cool. And I think it's this one that you have a Nerul priest in Divers. I think it's in this one too.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So there's some cool stuff in here. So yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this tonight. We'll do some shout outs now. We just wanted to get through a bunch of, all the options. There's a lot of stuff you can do in Greyhawk, and of course, we only scratched the surface in the city. There's more than that,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh yes.
But it was a good one to get through tonight. So, and we
Well,
did.
we got those
Yeah.
little adventure cards.
Absolutely. And you know what? I don't think I forgot to do something. So I actually have no banners to show for that. That's funny. I'll just go over.
Okay.
Santa, what's going on?
Well, I'm there's some updates on my well, the two big thing is my commission for GameholeCon. It's going a little bit back and forth, so it's still in the wrapping up phases, but hopefully not too much longer for that one. And then I'm working on the other big item right now is prepping for virtual Greyhawk Con and Gamehole Con. So I want to have the adventures roughly lined out. I want to have but you know me, I run sandbox. So all I want is a map, some antagonists, stat blocks, and some intentions, and there we go, so to speak. So what I'm doing is that I'm making sure that I have all the rules for it, and then I will start with the stat blocks very soon. So I have that. I have the maps already, except the encounter maps. So those are the ones I'm doing right now. So the actual locations, the little dungeons. There are some keeps and some other places, and some outdoors maps that I need to do a bit more detailed. Some of the locations. And then the other stuff. Then when it comes to the rules, it's domain magic or clerical domain, so to speak. So if you're a priest of some sort, what kind of spells do you get? What kind of side effects? So that is all the other rules are in place. Then it's just to create the pre-gens and to create the monsters and stat them out using hawk tails. So that's so a couple of rules. I have the spells already for almost all of them. There's a couple of them I need to tweak a little bit. So it's more like clerics. I can wing it and just create pre-gens. That's how I will do it this time. So all the players will get pre-gens to choose from. There will be more pre-gens than players.
Oh, beautiful.
So, yep. And then hopefully I can have a stream on Friday. I will do some tests and see if we can get Twitch to work again. That was so typical. I'm sorry again on Friday that it didn't. It just disconnected, connected, disconnected, and kept working like that back and forth. So, yeah. So hopefully, we can get that working on Friday. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
If there are any vids out there about how these go when I become about how we've done a ton of map ones, old Legends and Lore ones. There or in there. When we came unplugged years ago, it was coming along. I feel like you're trying learning everything. Yeah, there's a lot about how to use the Greyhawk map. There's a lot of them we go over stuff.
Which do you mean that? Do you mean to find the hexes on the Darlene map, or?
I think he just means like the territories, and what's on in each, right? I think. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe it's time to do we definitely have to do way more intro videos this fall coming up. But
yeah, as it gets closer to the
exactly
to the
when the DMG started to come out, we need to when it comes out, we need to have several introductory videos to it. So we need to talk about running your first adventures, and we should do each of the main areas like the Bitter North, and so on and so forth, and talk of each of the regions of the Flannies, because they have these with the Sheldamar Valley, etc., and so on, and talk about them. That we should definitely do that, but I think we should wait with them. Now we can indulge us people that have been stuck here for decades first, and then when all the newbies come in, that's when we need to do like a newbie a month for beginners or something like that. So yeah. Or
the new map. Month. The new map comes out like with a Dungeon Master's Guide.
Yeah.
Not Anna's, but the new Schley map.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have the Schley map. We had Mike Schley on.
Well, we have a low resolution version of it.
Yeah, on Cabin. We had him on.
Yeah.
So
and later this year, I'm going to hold off with the GIS map until after the DMG comes out, because there might be some last minute changes I need to do, so to speak. But it's that's the other thing. I'm doing an hour now and then, so I'm making a little bit of progress on it. But I want to make sure that I have adventures ready for the virtual Greyhawk Con and Gamehole, because they're 2 weeks apart. So that's the other big thing apart from the commission. Those are the two big things. So
no, the mapping tool is not a VTT.
Yeah,
no, it's not a VTT. It's a map. It's an actual Mike Schley map, and it'll be available in high res on his website once the actual DMG's out. He said.
Oh yeah, there
it'll
will be in the new DMG. There will be a Greyhawk map that we already got a sample of, so to speak. We got a low resolution sample, and there is coming a City of Greyhawk map that we got one little snapshot from. That is much more of an illustration than a map, I would call it. It's an illustration of the city, not a map in that sense.
Let me see which one of these is highest resolution.
Yep.
This one. All right, since I don't have here, so yeah, I'll show this for like 10 seconds. Yep. Here it is. There's the new 5e, the new Greyhawk map. Yep.
Yep.
Done by Mike. Yep. And it's got some changes on it, some name changes. Yep.
Oh yeah, they had to update a little bit. We talked about that. If you go back like what is it, like a month?
Gabbin 308. Gabbin number 308.
Yep.
Is the one to look
at. You can hear us talk about it. And we had one. Yeah. We had one when we talked about the map, and then we had one later when we had Mike Schley on.
Yep.
That we also talked about the map. So both of them are interesting because the first one we kind of went over our impressions of the map, and then we talked to Mike Schley a couple of weeks afterwards when we talked to him about it. So yeah.
All right. So for me, I have two guys out now, so I'm going to have Walt and Tom and Coco, and we're doing a Night of Viola quickie adventure one shot instead of starting Carlos, is because I can't do it. How am I going to do it with two of the guys out? So so we're doing that tomorrow night. It's called Two Heads or Better. It's all So. Hey, well,
I'm going to I'm going to answer you once Jay is done with all the shout outs here. So yeah.
That's it. I mean, I don't have anything this weekend. I'm taking a weekend off.
Yep.
And then Gabbin Sunday night. Dale, I had a question on magic item creation. So I figured we'd go into the difference between rich magic and low magic, high magic, and stuff like that on Gabbin. It'd be if creation's available, what are the spells available, that kind of stuff. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So okay.
So when it comes to the Greyhawk GIS map, I'm doing a GIS version for numerous reasons, but one of the main ones is that we can first of all get everything georeferenced, meaning we can make maps in different scales, resolutions, projections, and stuff as needed. So we can make maps that are wrapped on a globe. We can make various. We can use all sorts of projections, all these cartography magic in order to make a map that fits on a poster 24 by 36, etc., etc. So all of those cartography things can be much easier done if it's in GIS. And that's primary both for web versions and stuff, but also for print versions, I think is the big new thing, because you can reskin them, rescale them, and so on for print. So you can make different sizes of maps that are filtered. And another reason is that we can also export all the stuff that is on there in an Excel spreadsheet. So it becomes a database by design, so to speak. And we get everything georeferenced. You get a GPS coordinates for all the places, which means that you can actually have an Excel spreadsheet with GPS coordinates and have them show up on the map. So you can import, export from it, because you can use all the geography tools or cartography tools that you use in real life on the great
Wyandotte, so Mike, you are the winner. Let me know if you're on. I see you in chat, so I know you're on. You're the winner of the giveaway, and for get with me, and we'll get you a classic D&D reprint out to you. I got a bunch of stuff.
Awesome.
So that'll be you're here. So just whisper me in chat, and we'll figure it out. I will be offline for about a half hour, but I'll come back and do all my post stream stuff. So just like I'm thinking, if it depends on how deep into Greyhawk. I have a Free City Greyhawk that we talked about tonight book that has all those adventure cards in it. So I'm thinking, if you don't have this, it's a reprint, but who cares? It has them all in here. And the back is bent a little bit, but it is a reprint. So it's it's not worth a value thing. That would be the thing I would get. All right, cool. I need if I don't have it already, I may have it, but I need your full name and address. You can just put that into Whisper. That would be great. So
Yeah. Thank you, Ornir. Yeah, it's going to be another level of usability. Yeah. You can have real
go
measurement.
out
You
tomorrow.
can follow a road and see actually exactly how far it is.
Yep.
So there's like measurement tools and stuff like that works. So yep.
All right, so I got to roll, everyone. We'll see you. We're going to raid into Another World Tabletop. All righty?
Okay.
Everyone
Yep.
have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow night at
Yep.
7:30, and then I'll be off till Sunday after
Yep.
I had that
Great,
Monday
everyone.
that Monday night stream. Still, it went late, and yeah, I'm still feeling it, but it was fun. So see y'all.
Yep.
All right, let's get this raid going. Another. All right, setting up. Dun, dun, dun. Ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll see you tomorrow night. Gamescape 3D giveaway.
Yep.
There we go. So, there you go. Okay. Awesome, Nana. I got a bolt. Wife